Okay, I'm back. It has been a week in polish, and they're done. This is the final results. To be honest with you, I just put them on the towel, so some of them are probably still wet. So you could be wondering if this is a wet shiny or a real shiny. So in full view of the camera, this one felt like it was dry already. I think this is the one I pulled out at the end of pre-polish. And there you go. We have shiny. Mission accomplished. The rocks are shiny. Okay, the whole point to this series was to show, what you could do on kind of, in my opinion, a minimum budget. Okay, I did this whole batch using nothing more than one 3-pound barrel. To terms of size, you can see compared to my hand, this isn't a massive barrel. Okay, so if you had a single tumbler, just 3 pounds, you can do exactly what I did here. These are actually all rocks that I gathered myself at the Ohio River. To be honest, I'm glad I did this because I found some stuff I didn't even realize was down there. And I've actually been thinking about going back to get some more. Luckily, I live pretty close, so that's not a problem. I got a couple of rocks in here. This, and I mentioned this when I found them. This kind of looks like an agate, and I think I remember when I found this one. And I didn't know you could find those where I live. I did have a disaster. One rock broke. You can see the pieces there. One rock broke. That happens sometimes. I'm going to take real quick. I'm going to take the camera and try to get closer so you can get a better look at all these rocks. We got some nice shiny going on. I'm pretty happy with the way they came out. Okay, so let me see if I can get closer and get you a better look at them. We had plenty of shiny in this batch, and that's to me, that's the goal. It's been I think about 6-7 weeks work, so it ended up being most of my summer. I'm a teacher, so I've got about 3 weeks before I head back. Oops, camera's not cooperating here. There we go. Before I end this video, I want to point out the 3 things that I think are most important. This whole series was targeted at someone who'd never tumbled before, wanted to know what they need, what to do, how to do it. I think I've covered most of it. Okay, but the 3 things, if you ask me, and this is my opinion, you can be free to disagree with me. The 3 most important things. Number 1, get good equipment. As I mentioned before, these tumblers run 24/7 for days on end. If you get one of the cheap parts, it's probably going to disappoint you. Now, as soon as I say that, there's going to be someone that's going to tell you they bought a Harbor Freight tumbler 35 years ago and it's running perfectly fine and they never even oiled it. Okay, great. Good for them. But in my opinion, get good equipment. Get the best equipment you can get. Next thing, use good grit. I'd say that I should probably put that one first. I made the comment that you see all kinds of comments about people on the Facebook groups. Why didn't my rocks come out shiny? Why didn't my rocks come out shiny? And in most cases, then they'll mention that they used the National Geo packet grit that came with their Nat Geo tumbler. Now, I'm not criticizing the tumbler, but their grit probably isn't going to do the job. Okay, I buy all mine at either Kingsley North or the Rock Shed. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. And here's my last thought on that. I could probably have gotten grit cheaper, but is it really cheaper if I was standing here today and none of these rocks were shiny and I had to start over? I just lost 6 weeks. So to me, it's worth it for the grit. And the last thing, be patient. Everybody wants to always skip step 1. In my opinion, step 1's the most important step. Be patient. What's the hurry? You know, why are you trying to do this faster? I probably shouldn't say this. If the person who made this comment actually ever watches this video, I'm not criticizing. I saw a comment in a Facebook group from a lady who had a batch of rocks and it came out and none of them were shiny, and she made the comment, "I like a matte finish better." Okay, that's all you. In my opinion on that, then all you need to do is step 1. You got a nice smooth matte finish after step 1. You know, so why even bother to continue? But that's I guess the last little bit of advice. If you're happy with what you got, then don't worry about what anyone else says. There's probably a lot of people that would tell you I go way too far in step 1, trying to get rid of all the little holes and cracks and stuff like that, because even if there's a couple little spots, the rest of the rock will probably be shiny if it's smooth. You know, and that's your call. You know, you can go with it. You know, and to me, it's a fun hobby. You know, because even though theoretically it takes a lot of time, okay, you know, this batch took 6 weeks. In terms of my time, it really wasn't that bad. I spent a couple hours at the river gathering rocks. I spent 20-25 minutes down here processing stuff, you know, emptying it out after one stage, cleaning them off, putting them back in for the next stage. And I can't, to be honest with you, if it were just that barrel, it'd have been like 5 minutes to do that. You know, it's the fact that most of the time I'm doing a 12-pound barrel and 2 3-pound barrels that makes it take 20-25 minutes for me. So if you're getting into rock tumbling, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I wish you the best of luck. Also, just a thought, I've got one idea for one more video for this year, and then I'm kind of getting tired of doing the same old open them up, dump them out, rinse them off, put them back in videos. I think I've done that video probably 30 times already. So if anybody has an idea for something you'd like to see, or if you have a question or multiple questions, you know, maybe that'll spur an idea for me, and I'll put a video out there for you. Okay, so good luck, happy tumbling, see you in the next one.